What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Geek Boutique podcast. That's right. My name is JS. His name is Akka, or better known as Messiah Complex Cosplay. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing well, kind of. How are you?
Yeah, I figured I'd throw the better known as instead
Better
of
known
also
as.
known as, just to screw with people a little bit, you know?
That's all right. That's all. It's all. We're always changing everything up. We've got Jennifer Walterhouse wishing us have a great show. Thank you so much. That's producer Jen. Mike Myers, 1 week away. 1 week away from what, sir? I don't know what you could possibly be talking about. And our buddy Chris, Mr. Skilling, saying hello, everyone. Hello.
Thomas Batman, how you doing? How you doing?
Hello,
Christina
JS
saying hello,
and
JS
Akka.
and Akka. Hello, Christina.
I'm a man of many names.
That's
Just one
right.
face, thankfully.
We are 1 week away officially. Starts 1 week from today.
Yeah. Which
FanExpo
still seems
Canada
pretty
2024.
surreal. Doesn't that feel like it's like what's weird is we haven't really had like a big con in like months essentially, but now it's like a week away doesn't seem right. It feels like it should be like way further out than it is.
It's funny you
That
say that.
mean?
I kind of had that introspect just the other night where it was like, you know, I'm almost in that freaking out, like, okay, what do we need to get ready? What do we need to do? And it's like,
Oh wait, we don't have
I
to
don't
do anything.
I don't need to do shit. Like I'm just showing up in costume, right?
We gotta pick up our media passes. And
Yeah, it's been
the
a
world
weird.
is
I'm
our
not
oyster.
gonna lie. It's been a little bit of a weird. I don't know how to explain it. Like I'm not really in FanExpo mode yet.
Right.
Like by any other year at this point, we're like in the middle of the con crunch, right?
No, it's
like
mad.
it's the mad dash. It's 1 week to go. We're trying to finalize everything, and this year it's just like just like any other Thursday night, really.
Kinda. It seems like
As
it.
we're here with you guys, aren't we?
Like we were talking about planning this episode out. We had a couple of ideas, and I was like, wait. This is the final episode before Fan Expo. Should we not do what we've always done and do a pre-show? And he was like, oh shit. Yeah, you're right. I guess we should. We've done it for all the other ones. We should probably do it for this one. So this is why we're here. This probably isn't going to be I don't know if anyone is heard. Vendors just got their booth assignments. That late, eh? Vendors just got their
I'm
booth
not
assignments?
surprised. I'm not surprised.
Oof.
That
I know
usually
they get-
comes about a week beforehand.
I know they get confirmation they've got a booth ages ago, but
Well, ages ago. If you mean like 2 or 3
for
weeks
vendors.
ago.
No, for vendors.
Oh, vendors, perhaps.
That's what he's saying. Her vendors just got their booth assignments.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Vendors usually find out pretty early on that they're getting to vend, that they've been accepted as a vendor. But speaking of, we've also got Natasha in the channel. Hello, Geek Fam. Hello, Bob. It's an Onion. Good evening, Geeks. Good evening, Bob. Good to see you. That was the Canadian Podcast Awards, by the way, that was talking about vendor booth assignments. That's our good friend. I'm assuming that's John. It could be Jennifer. I don't know who actually runs that account. Could be either or. Michael Icon saying hello, and Victoria Brown. Hey, party people. Yeah, it's party of two tonight.
You know, let's go back a quick second. I don't know if it's John or Jennifer, but maybe you could actually answer that. When you're saying herd vendors just got their booth assignments, have you gotten yours yet?
Well, they're not a vendor.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Like, do they already have their booth number, and do they know where they are on the floor plan?
Technically, we did when they offered it to us. We just said no, but they told us where we were going to be. They told us exactly where they were going to be.
Well, but that's because we were in that exact same spot last year.
No,
that's
I get that.
Why we knew, right?
No,
but
for sure.
Beyond that.
But if they're already starting to assign, like I know the Cosplay for a Cure, I think they're called Cosplay for a Cause now. They're in the exact same spot they were in last year as well, which was like just 2 weeks now from us where we were or whatever.
Oh, okay. So maybe a lot of the people are going to be in the exact same place they were last year. I would be fine with that, I guess. I mean, it's, you know.
I mean, I'm never going to go down there. I only went down there because we were there. Are we?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yes, we got ours last week, but we just found out how many tickets were allotted. Oh, okay. That's, again, John from the Canadian Podcast.
Oh, that's very good because I feel like you don't usually find that out until you get there. And then they hand you a stack of passes and this is how much you get. And then it's like, oh, shit. Now I'm down a pass. Or, oh, fuck. I have like 6 extra passes. Like,
no, I feel like the first year that's what it was. But I feel like the subsequent years we knew because we were budgeting passes out. Because the 1 year.
You know what? You're right. You're right.
Last
year, we actually knew exactly how many we were getting. Yes.
Yeah, because then we had to
You're right.
Be judicious about where they were going and such. But not that we're just handing them out, guys. It's not, you know.
No, but we were planning things. We had guests coming.
Big pimping fucking FanExpo passes out there. Nothing like that. But yeah, we had a couple people helping us out, and we hooked them up with passes and that kind of shit. Like it was that kind of thing. So
yeah,
we would love to
you
just
know,
have
we gave my buddy
to give to
Jason
everybody, but
a pass on the one day because he was literally our truck, right? Like
that's
he
what I'm
drove
saying.
the
That's
truck
what
to
I'm,
bring
like, there
all
was
our
like
equipment
a
down.
there was like a an
So,
exchange
you know,
of,
yeah.
we weren't just handing them out like candy.
No.
Hi everyone, Silky. See hello, Silky, and Andre Ferguson. Greetings and salutations, one and all. Andre, so polite.
What is up, everybody? Is everybody excited for FanExpo?
Yeah, where are you guys at?
Yeah,
it feels super different for us because this will be the first year in 3 that we're not doing anything. We're just going as media.
4.
We're just gonna be
no, three. Sorry, 3.
Yeah. The first, well, if we're talking about this venue and these people running it, it's the first one in what,
6,
5, 6, whatever it is. So yeah, it's been a hot minute for us to just go to this con and just actually, we've never just gone as the Geeks and Co for 4 days to this con without having
because before that it was just going one day, right? Or 2 days, or you know,
whatever it was,
it wasn't like it wasn't like a full. I mean, part of the reason for that was, you know, we weren't at that point where they were just, you know, we didn't have a booth, we weren't getting passes, we weren't,
no, absolutely,
you know, we were having to come in town every day, not really knowing what was going on. And the Geeks and Co at that point, I mean, you remember, right, when we first started going, I mean, we had 200. What's that?
No, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but like Red Moon Glassworks, hey gang, and Chris Gillings, it's your first FanExpo. Awesome, dude, super cool. But yeah,
Chris is his first FanExpo.
Yeah, but Christina's saying not really, feels weird this year, and then Canadian Podcasts were the same. Agree, it feels off this year. So is there something specific that you guys are like that's making you kind of feel like it's not really, that it feels off, or that it feels weird? Like what's different about this year specifically that wasn't from the previous years? I know they've had a bunch of, if you're one of those people that goes for celebs, I know they've had a bunch of shift arounds lately. Some celebs staying longer, some celebs have already dropped out. Some big ones too, like John Cleese is not coming now. And
no way.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go to see what the updated list of freaking.
So you see, I wish I was going. I have some family stuff I got to deal with, so I can't go anymore. So I'll be living vicariously through all of you and your pics and vids via social media. We'll still be doing the live podcast, so make sure you're tuning in for that. Nada saying, "Hey, Geek Fam," and
hey, Nada, how are you?
Because I guess you guys don't have a booth, no Geeks and Co booth. Yeah, I mean, we don't want to say that it feels off or weird because we don't have a booth there. I mean, we're just one small cog in the giant machine that is FanExpo. I mean, it's 160,000 people go to this convention every year. It's, but I mean, thanks. That's cool. Like we'll be there, but yeah, no booth, I guess. So what do you guys think is going to be like the congregation point then? Like where are people going to be like hanging out if it's not going to be with us? You know, typically back in the day, us cosplayers would mostly hang out in the South Building, sort of at the bottom of the escalators.
I have a feeling that's where it's going to be at again.
Right.
It makes sense. That whole area where the escalators are, where probably all of the community booths are going to be, right? So
I even did a Cosplay's post for the first time last night. We'd be more excited if your booth was there, but we all understand that decision. No, I appreciate that. I think the main issue is ill will due to the handling of blowback in March. Specifically what though, Nada? Are we talking about the cell phone issue? Are we talking about, I'm curious. As a vendor, it feels even more slapdash than before, it says Stephanie from Red Moon Glassworks. Things like early bird pricing for electrical being up 5 days after getting confirmation of table numbers.
Okay, can we talk about that for a quick second?
Of course we can.
And it's funny you say that, Stephanie, because there's the 1 year where the the early bird pricing for the electrical was for these days, but they didn't send us the information for the electrical until after the early bird pricing was done. And then we had to pay electrical full price. And we were like, wait, what? I need to pay $400 for electrical for the weekend so I can plug my TV in? Like, yeah, there's I don't get it, man.
It does sometimes feel like it's just 3 monkeys in a room just banging a drum and somehow it all comes together. Do you know what I mean? Like it feels like nobody. And by the way, anybody watching that's involved on the administrative side of FanExpo, I'm not shitting on you guys at all. You guys are literally running one of the biggest shows in the world. the biggest show in the country, one of the biggest shows in the world. So I get the logistically, it must be an absolute fucking nightmare. I can't even wrap my head around how difficult it must be. But ideally, what we would see year over year over year is not the same mistakes being repeated over and over again. Like, we're hoping that you're going to learn from mistakes and be able to evolve from there, because the show does seem to keep growing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And yet a lot of the same problems kind of seem to keep recurring. And so I don't know. I would like to point out, though, I think it must be John up there that's talking about it. But
yeah, that's saying the CanPod booth is going to be the place where people congregate.
Stay tuned for when you can meet the Geeks and Co at our booth. Yeah, so we are going to be featuring at the Canadian Podcast Awards booth. I don't know if we've nailed down
not yet,
but we'll keep you guys up to speed.
Hoping sometime on Saturday, because that's when our big cosplay day is going to be. You're going to be actually, you know what? We'll talk about our cosplays in a minute.
Yeah, we'll
but I'm hoping sometime on Saturday. We're also going to be there on Thursday. We're probably going to start this show on Thursday, next Thursday, from the Ken Podcast booth.
Right. There you go, guys. So Thursday itself, if anybody is going on Thursday, because remember, your Geeks and Co are still going to be there all 4 days. We're just not going to have a booth. But we were talking about that just before the show launched, and this will be the first time that, especially this guy and I, have gone there together for 4 days without the booth. We're just there to get content, do interviews, shoot some video, talk to cosplayers. We're going to be stopping to talk to a lot of you, by the way, as far as our, we've got a series of questions we're going to ask. We're hoping to kind of put a supercut together of everybody answering the same series of questions. So I'm going to be bugging a lot of you for some sound bites and clips that we can use and throw together with some with editor Megan and do some videos and stuff. So be prepared to see me coming up and be like, hey, what's going on?
One other thing that I want to mention that something I would love to be able to get is for the people that are coming, 3 or 4 days, hopefully we can bump into you, get a quick action shot in that one cosplay so that we can do some, the cosplay lineup, like Andre was talking about, your cosplay lineup post, but as videos.
As videos. That's
right. So that'd be pretty cool.
Just so you guys know as well, I don't know how much exploring you've done. The FanExpo Canada app is still kind of dog shit, but the website now does have the schedule up.
Oh, okay.
So panels, photo meetups, the whole 9 yards. The schedule is up for all 4 days. Everything has been laid out. So if you are looking for a specific, and of course, half my cosplays don't line up with half the days that have specific. Like I think the Star Trek meetup is on like Saturday, and of course we're Star Trekking on Friday and all that kind of jazz. But I mean, I'm not changing anything now. So who from Geeks and Co will be there besides you two? Ask Christina. Jen, producer Jen. We are borrowing our good friend Ill-Gotten Hugs. Andrew is going to help us with some camera work as we're going through, but as far as the geeks go, there's just going to be the three of us. So Rob unfortunately can't make it for this one. He has confirmed he will be joining us at London Comic-Con though, so stay tuned for that. That's only a few weeks out. In fact, I believe
2 weeks later.
I've 2 or 3, whatever it is. And then Ed or Megan will also be joining us at London too. So we will be back to having all 5 of us like we did at VonCon just this past weekend. But for this one, just the 3 of us, man. We're going to be, we got to keep it small. We got to keep it tight. We got to be able to navigate the waters of, because we do want to make sure we're spending time in both buildings. There's definitely some interviews that I want to do in the north, and but yeah, I think we're gonna. Which, hey, by the way, speaking of, now that you're talking about it, where is the Canadian Podcast Awards booth? Are you guys in the north or the south? I'm assuming.
I believe they're in the south building.
Again. Yeah,
I believe so.
I'll be at my booth like 90% of the time all weekend, barring hopefully ducking it for a photo shoot. So what should do before London? Yeah, absolutely.
Andre saying VonCon was pretty dope, by the way. Wish I'd gotten there sooner. You know what? I got to admit, for one of those small one-day cons, it's one of my favorites. I love their venue. I love the staff.
Don't love the venue too much, because.
Well, I know it's going to change apparently next year. It's potentially going to go into a venue much, much larger. Hopefully we can do some more stuff with those guys next year, because that was fun. And then, as it grows, we're hoping we can grow with it and help them.
It was a good time, and I think they kind of ended up relying on us a little bit because of we had a better sound system than what they had available there. Yeah. So we were doing a lot of like the announcements and hyping up the cosplay contest and other things that were going on while we were there. So That was cool. And of course, we all brought our A game as far as our cosplays go, and had a lot of fun interacting with the people and such. Yeah, it's a fairly well attended con for like a small little 1-day job. They're clearly passionate about it. And by the way, it's very, very, it's like the anti Niagara Falls. It's very cosplay friendly. Like, so many cosplay. Like, they didn't have any celeb guests, but they had a shit ton of
cosplay guests. A ton of cosplay guests. Yeah.
So very.
And you know what? If you're a cosplayer and you want a nice little con to hang out at, and they had food trucks out there. Although now I will say this, the food trucks this year were basically the same food trucks that showed up at Anime North.
Yeah, right down to Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, not last year. Last year was ridiculous, the food trucks. They had a fire oven pizza. They had a skewer. There was a guy making like these meat sticks.
You were the skewers,
on a grill. There was it was like a Hawaiian thing with like pineapple and steak and it was amazing. I was a little bit disappointed they didn't bring those guys back this year, and that they came with the big, like the Bob's Burgers, and the poutine apparently was a hit.
My Korean barbecue poutine was the tits.
Fair enough.
It was very good. I had zero complaints on that one. Actually, you know what? I got a dog too, and the dog was really good too.
Yeah, I feel like that's something
nothing quite like a good hot dog. So
yeah, I feel like FanExpo needs to capitalize on the food truck space they have right in front of their building. Right, they have literally the whole front of the north building is lineable with food trucks, and they always only have the 2 hot dog vendors, and it's like what the hell? Why don't you where are the food trucks? I don't get it.
Because they probably can't. They probably have some sort of licensing agreement or exclusivity agreement with the food vendors that are in the con.
Yeah, maybe.
Right? Do you want pizza at the con? Then don't be selling food out front. So now I'm guessing, but that would be my guess.
So guys, if you look at the cosplay page here, all the stuff is updated, including a nice picture of some recognizable helmets here.
Hey, what table is that on?
I mean, I recognize this table. Look.
That'd be our table.
Oh, look. Is that? Oh, hang on. Where'd the picture go?
What are you doing?
There it is. Look at that. Oh, what's this? Oh, look at that.
Hey, look at that. It's our table.
Yeah. So,
can we get that baby Wolverine off there? That's creeping me the fuck out.
I mean, I remember this
cool.
kid. Yeah, he was from a couple years ago, actually, too.
That's not cool. I don't know what's happening there. I don't like it.
And then, yes, we're going to see a million Deadpools and Wolverines. Actually, you're going to see 2.
You're going to see 2 Wolverines on Thursday.
That's what our cosplay is on Thursday. Although I've yet to find a black suit.
Is it black? I thought it was tan. Is he wearing a black suit?
No. He's a limo driver. So yeah, it's a black suit.
He's a limo driver. I don't know why it's a tan suit.
It's a black suit and the shirt. I mean, they're like in the desert, right? So by the end, the shirt is tan.
Sir.
Yes.
You have a week.
I know.
Because from here, if you don't find it, you're gonna have to do like the tank top fucking.
I know. I'm not in any shape to do that.
I've got the leather jacket, sir. I can bring it for you if you're there. You go. Yeah, but are you gonna cut the little wedge out here? What are we doing?
Let me tell you the size of this.
Are we gonna shave it here a little bit, or
I'm gonna trim it to look more Wolverine. I'm actually. He says do Cavalrine. Yeah, no. Listen,
the Cavalrine.
Do you know who you're talking about?
There's only one Caval. I'm not doing it. No one's doing a Cavalrine.
Natasha says Value Village and Goodwill. That shit, man. And yes, the problem is I haven't been able to find one that fits me. So I've been to Talese, I've been to Value Village, but apparently, especially the Talese here in Curtis, they apparently get new stuff almost daily. So I need to go back and go check again. But that was the plan. I didn't want to buy a brand new suit that I'm just gonna all dirty up and bang up and put bullet holes through and shit, right? Like
Natasha Wright saying not going to FanExpo on Saturday this year, made plans to check out the Winona Peach Festival as well as a show at the casino that night. Last year was just too packed on Saturday to really enjoy it. It's always packed there on Saturday. Absolutely.
Yeah, Saturday is usually the worst day. Last year, I don't know if you guys will remember, but there was a fire in a building a few blocks away from the convention center, and the smoke apparently was coming into the air intakes of the building, and it set all of the fire alarms off. It shut down the bridge. The alarms apparently were so loud, people were like, "What the fuck?" And people were listen, yeah, it's Saturday is never a good day as far as I'm concerned, and maybe that's the day that we spend most of our. Yeah, exactly. Bring your flasks. Yeah. Make sure you're packing,
I
because
will be packing. Don't you worry about that.
yeah. I need to
Um,
find some. I need to have pouches in my Predator outfit that I can hide stuff in.
you do, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Victoria Brown, what day will we be seeing Captain Daddy though?
Friday. Friday.
This guy is that your
Yes.
Yes, Friday we're doing Strange New Worlds. JS is going to be doing. He's going to be my chief of security. Our good friend Michael Icon will be the Spock to my Pike. I don't know if anybody else is doing that. So get your flask from Red Moon Glassworks. That's where I got this guy. Absolutely. I use this guy all the time. It's fucking genius.
I mean, always bring your flasks. Yeah. I know that's what you meant.
And then the shirts, yes, absolutely, Christina. Yes, you and Michael and our good friend Sean Sullivan, who we actually ran into at VonCon as well. He stopped by after hitting the Toronto Prop Expo, which was happening the same day, which, by the way, is why we didn't go to the Toronto Prop Expo, because we were at VonCon. But Sean,
John, you guys have to figure out a way to make
we'd love to be involved with both
weekends. Yeah,
on the same day. Can't be in two places. I mean, technically we could probably break it up and like half of us go to one and half of us go to the other, but we're not quite that big yet, guys. There's only 5 of us. It's like, I'm Una Chin Riley Friday. There we go. So we have
excellent.
So maybe we can convince some other folks to we're moving into earlier in the year next year. Awesome, John. Perfect.
Excellent.
Maybe we can convince maybe Jolene can do.
There's a big lull in like the early, like late spring, early summer. I don't know if like you want to talk about that early, but there is a part of the year where there's like nothing going on, right? It's all either in March and then everything else starts in late June and
July. There's a dearth of there's not
a bunch of them in July.
Typically, what?
Well, there's Niagara. There's you know what? No, not true. Niagara was in June. VonCon was in August. Yeah, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, you're right.
July is like with the weirdly dead people. I think Jolene is going to chapel. Okay, perfect. Awesome. So look at that, guys. Like the whole damn crew.
There you go. So we're gonna have a bunch of Trekkies going on. I also need to find a way. Have you noticed what their because they don't have a holster in their new uniforms, do they?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I need to find a way to holster my phaser.
Why don't you have pockets?
I mean, I guess I do.
Does your pants have pockets?
My pants have pockets, I suppose. Yeah.
Use your pockets, man.
Yeah, fair enough.
Use them pockets.
Which reminds me, I ripped all the buckle loops off of my pants last year. I got to get those fixed before next week.
Sir, it's a week out. What are you doing?
Yeah. Rob fixed my speaker. We get to VonCon last week, guys, and I plug everything in and everything's working. Everything's lit up. And when I hit the button, the light's blinking. So I know it's all working. I plug my speaker in, no sound. I was like, what the fuck? So Rob's fixed that for me. And we're back in business. What size is your phaser? I could bring one in. I have the regular.
Hey, JS. Hey. What size is your phaser?
I have a cannon. I have a phaser cannon. No,
I believe he's got a phaser rifle. I've just got a little palm job, but he's got
I have the traditional TOS. I forget who makes it. AMT maybe makes it. I forget now. It's just a regular original series phaser. I would love, by the way, I want to get myself a tricorder. I think that's the next thing I want to do. I love how their tricorder is very, very similar to the original tricorder, but it is a little bit different. I think that's the next thing I'm going to do. Is I'm going to make myself a tricorder for my. You're
a red shirt. You don't carry a tricorder. You carry phaser rifles. You're a badass.
You don't think engineers need tricorders to diagnose?
You're an engineer? I thought you were a security guy.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe somebody else can carry the tricorder, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, Spock.
It's an Onion says a disruptor. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Nice Klingon disruptor.
Limey Build has a good file. There you go.
Limey Builds. There you go. Good to know. Good to know. So we're doing Trek on Friday. Saturday, I think we've talked about it quickly. I'm doing a Predator. Saturday has kind of become Predator Day for me.
I mean, that makes the most sense. It's the biggest impact, and that's the busiest day. So why wouldn't you do the Predator on that day?
And then what are you doing, kind sir?
I am partnering up with our good friend Midlife Cosplay, who we did see actually. He was one of the featured guests and a cosplay judge at VonCon. Our good friend Richard Bakari, who has been on the podcast a couple of times. He is going to do his Hellboy. He's got the full latex mask and everything else. He's done it a few times before. And I'm going to debut Carl Ruprecht Cronin, which is one of the baddies in the first Hellboy film. So let me, by the way, I have been getting a little bit of grief for this, so I'm just going to like clear the air on this a little bit. If
he's doing the Nazi version.
He is not doing the Nazi version. I know you're laughing and joking, but honestly, I've gotten some like legitimate heat for this.
I'm sure you are.
The character is portrayed early in the film as a Nazi and has Nazi regalia on. I'm not doing that version of the character. The character then appears much later in time, like in the 90s or in the 2000s or whatever. He's not a Nazi at that point. He's just a bad guy. There's no Nazi regalia. There's no swastikas.
He wears a leather bodysuit.
Yeah, that's the version of the character I'm doing. I'm not doing the full regalia. There's not a swastika on this dude the way I'm doing it. So please stop coming at me on this. Yes, back in the 40s, he was that, but in the early 2000s, he was not. So, yeah, he's the bad guy. He's supposed to be a bad guy. He's a villain, you fucks. Leave me alone. You're supposed to hate him. That's the point. So we're going to do that on Saturday. And Janice and I were kind of talking the pre-show. I think it's one of those things where I think it's either going to go over really, really well or it's going to bomb. I don't know which way it's going to go yet. Because Richard's Hellboy is yeah, go ahead. Richard's Hellboy is amazing, but I haven't worn this out. I haven't even worn it all together, by the way. Our really good friend Sam Sino, who's also been on the podcast. That's the character there, yeah. That they're just going to show us. That's the guy. That's Cronin. So my good friend Sam Sino, who's been on the podcast before, the leather work that you're seeing on there, and then the armor piece, the golden armor pieces, not the helmet, not the swords. I have those. But he's doing all the leather work for me, and he's joining up the armor pieces with all the leather. So
I thought it was chrome.
No, it's like
it's like gold.
It's like a burnished.
Really,
the swords are gold, which I just have them painted silver. Don't get me wrong, but it's very close to the gold that you're seeing on the face mask. Like where every time I do this, I'm pointing at the screen like you guys can see me pointing.
Yeah,
like you guys are sitting. Like nobody can see this but me. You can see my arm doing it like an idiot. Stay focused. Yeah. Wow, so stupid. Anyways, regardless, that's what we're doing on Saturday. I'm hoping it goes over well. If it doesn't, by the way, or if I'm getting too much heat for the character or whatever, I'm probably just going to say fuck it and turn into and change into Wolverine. So, because I have
a hard time believing this won't go over well. I think people are going to love this. I can't wait to do this, especially considering your leather is going to be actual real leather work.
Those leather pieces that are joining up the armor,
yeah. And then the swords, the baton swords, like
yes.
I guess it's the only way I can describe them. Are they printed? How did you do those?
It's all printed.
It's all printed?
Everything's printed. The swords, the mask, the armor, it's all printed.
I can't.
Dreadfully terrible paint job on them because I did the paint job and I'm terrible at that, but I don't really care for accuracy and it looking that good. I think the leather work is really going to be what shows off how good this cosplay might be. No, that's not me. Yeah, Bob, thank you. That's not me. That's not a picture of me in the cosplay. That's a picture of the actual character. That's the cosplay that I'm doing. But that's not me. Boy, howdy. Do I ever wish that was me. But yeah, that's not me. We'll see how it looks. We'll see how it comes together. Hopefully it'll come together well. Like I said, if not, it's just going to be Wolverine again on Saturday. So, and then Sunday, what do we always do on Sunday? You guys know what we always do on Sunday.
Sunday's DC Day, guys. I don't know why it always ends up being DC Day, but why the fuck not? It seems to be the most popular day for DC because Sundays usually has a massive DC crowd. So we're going to keep it going.
Yep.
Why the hell not?
Sure.
Although you're not doing your usual DC thing. Like we really, over the last few years, it's either been Batman or Joker.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing something a little bit different this time. I mean, not that you've never done this character, but
yeah, I think we kind of talked about this on the channel a little bit before. Is when I think there's kind of certain days when we have the booth where we're kind of like one of us is kind of like expected to carry the load type of thing. Like when you guys do Predator, you guys are like, I could dress up as the Tooth Fairy. It wouldn't matter because the Predators are the draw, and I'm happy to facilitate that with the microphone and getting people in and getting pictures and all that jazz. But any other day that we've got the booth, I kind of try to feel like it's almost my responsibility to dress up in something that's really recognizable and that people react to really, really well, that's really popular, so that I can get people in. We don't have the booth this year, so now I can do, like, I have like 30 some odd cosplays, and I wear like 5 of them because those, like Cap, Batman, Joker, like, because those are the popular characters, Spider-Man. So Sunday. Well, you're doing Freeze again, right?
I am doing Freeze, correct, for the second time.
Your Freeze is fucking dope as shit. Myself and Crazy Mike are doing Blue and Gold, so we're doing Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. And by the way, it is the class, so it's the Ted Cord Blue Beetle, not the Jaime Reyes, not all the armor and stuff. It's literally the most ridiculous spandex suit you've ever seen in your whole. It's the most ridiculous spandex suit I own. And Mike's
did you see the Blue Beetle statue that the McFarlane Toys guys had?
No.
It was your version.
It was Ted Cord?
Yeah, you didn't see it?
Oh,
dude.
It
was a nice statue, the Ted Cord Blue Beetle. Yeah. And I even pointed it out to Rob. I said, hey, Jeff is doing that next week.
Shit. I wish I'd seen it. I might have even snapped it up. Yeah, my cost plans are so up in the air, says Stephanie, depending on what I can finish, but there will be at least one new cosplay. Andre, wait a minute. Hold on. Rorschach? My 4-day lineup is Rorschach. You're doing Rorschach? Andre, nice. Brother, we have to have a conversation, sir. I have a whole goddamn cadre of Watchmen cosplays and cosplayers. I didn't know you were doing Rorschach. Yeah,
Mike has an owl man.
Mike's got Night Owl. I've got Comedian.
Yeah,
I've got my friend Alicia is Sally Jupiter, the first Silk Spectre. Dude, I had no idea you do a Rorschach. We'll have to collab on something. I've done Rorschach a couple times before, including last year. Yeah, wow. All right, cool, man.
Really?
It's awesome.
I don't remember that, but cool.
Yeah, like send me something on Instagram. Like send me a link to like a post that you're Rorschach.
It says Paul Dano's Riddler. I think when I first met you, that's what you were wearing, actually.
Because Rob was doing it and they were like Riddlering together.
Yeah, they were both doing it at the same time. You're right, correct. And then Axel Foley or V as in Cyberpunk. I don't know what character that is, but I know what you mean. I've seen you were doing that actually last weekend.
Yeah.
And Axel Foley, man, have you guys seen the new Beverly Hills Cop?
I have not watched it yet.
Axel F. I mean, it tries a little bit hard. I'm not gonna lie. And the soundtrack kind of doesn't work for me because all they're doing is they're ripping the soundtrack from the old movie, hoping that it'll fit in today's day and age, and it just doesn't work. But I laughed. I had a good time. It was a good movie. And it's a Netflix movie. Check it out.
Yeah. Sometimes they make stuff for us olds.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait, Andre. That'll be awesome.
No, that will be cool. Like I said, the schedule is up, so make sure you're getting over to the FanExpo website and you can plan out whatever panels you're hitting or whatever celebs you're looking to see, or whatever your plans are this year. And yeah, maybe check out too FanExpo social media, because there have been a lot of guests moving around in the past week, I want to say, as far as cancellations or extensions or whatever goes. So make sure you're kind of keeping up with a lot of that, just in case you're going specific days for very specific people. They may not be going there now, which, by the way, everybody gets all up in arms about all of this, and it's very typical. Every single year, every single con really has last minute cancel. Most of them are working actors and actresses or whatever. And if they get called away in a job, they have to go do that. Like, it's not, they're unionized actors and actresses. So if anyone's free Saturday night, head over to Masters of Cosplay Contest. Pretty Nerdy Crystal and I are competing. Very, very cool. Absolutely. Do that.
There's still a lot of big name actors that are going to be there. The Ahsoka crew is going to be there still. Simu Liu, Josh Gad, Bryce Dallas Howard, Marissa Tomei, Helen Hunt, Danny Trejo, Marina Baccarin, Alan Tudyk, Dolph Lundgren, Giancarlo Esposito, John Rice Davies,
Gimli.
There's a lot of people that are going to be there.
No. There absolutely is.
Patrick Warburton, Ben McKenzie.
I love Patrick.
Emily Swallow is back.
Come on, Peter.
Holy crap. Yeah, I mean, The Trailer Park Boys are going to be there. Yeah, listen,
the Letterkenny guys are going to be there.
I think we're definitely going to have to plan to do at least one trip into the celebrity area on the Saturday in our big costumes, cause some commotion there, and hopefully meet some of these people.
But here's the problem on Saturday: who talks?
I don't know.
We're both behind masks, sir, so it's not us.
Oh, fair enough. I didn't even think of that.
Neither did I. Neither did I until just this second.
I didn't even think of that.
Kids, you're all getting a break from our bullshit on Saturday. Neither one of us can talk.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
That is funny. So you're gonna have to tell producer Jen's gonna have to use her big girl voice because
we're
not gonna be able to talk.
We'll figure it out. We also got Andrew that's going to be with us. Well, actually, I don't know if Andrew's coming on Saturday. There is, I think he said one day he can't. I'm assuming it's probably Saturday. That he can't come.
So we did not play this well.
Yeah.
You guys in north or south? Well, Alex, we don't have a booth this year. They offered us a booth in the same area we were in last year. We declined it. So we'll probably be spending a lot of our time in the south. We're going to be partnering up sometimes with the Canadian Podcast Awards there in the south. A lot of the other community booths that we know are also in the south. There are, however, quite a few, maybe not quite a few, but there's some interviews that I want to conduct in the north, specifically some of the comic book creators that I'm familiar with, either works that I've read or that I have. Or
Mark Silvestri, Jeff Johns, Scott Snyder.
I could talk to Jeff Johns for hours if I get anywhere close to Jeff Johns. So just so you guys know sort of how it works as far as the media passes go, for any of the celebs that JS had just mentioned, like that list of 30 celebs that he just went over, we have to submit a request to interview those celebs, and the celebs or their publishers or their agents or whatever will go through that and then pick and choose who they'll do interviews with and talk to. Well, we're not going to be one of them. We're not a major outlet. We're not a major chain. We're not a major news organization. They understand that they're there to promote things, and because our footprint is rather small, they're not going to do that. So do we submit for the guests? We do. Do we ever get them? Literally never. But the comic book creators, we don't have to do any of that. With our media passes, we can just go up and request an interview from them, or if they've got an agent there, to request it through the agent. And then it's just up to them individually on site if they want to talk to us or not. So I'm really hoping that we can hit up some of the comic creators that we're both familiar with, that we can actually have a sit down and chat and get some video for you guys to see what goes into creating comics, what goes into writing, what goes into the art, what inspired any of those things that you would normally talk to somebody about. Because you got to remember too, like this whole renaissance that we're having with all of these amazing geek stuff, like you just saw Deadpool, Wolverine, like the Avengers, none of that happens without all those comics being created, all those stories being created, all those characters being created in those what they used to call the funny pages back in the day. So getting some insight into people that are involved in the creation process, both on the writing and plotting side and on the artist and drawing side, I think would be fascinating for us to explore. So we're going to try to talk to as many of those people that we're familiar with as possible, so that we can show you guys that content on the channel. So if, by the way,
and
there is somebody that you'd like us to talk to, if there's a comic book creator that you would like, whether it's a Jason Fabok or a Jeff Johns or whoever, let us know. Send us a message on the Geeks and Co Instagram, or message one of us and let us know, hey, I really love so-and-so's work. Would you mind putting some questions together, do a little bit of research, and sit down for an interview? Absolutely. We're happy to do that. Anyways, sorry, go ahead.
No, 100%. And I feel like they kind of get the shaft a little bit at a lot of these cons. They get put in a corner, and they're usually on the back wall of the show, and they're kind of get forgotten about, right? And I feel like they deserve to shine just like everybody else, right? So if we can, get a chance to talk to these folks and show some of their stuff, yeah. Freaking right, let's do it.
Michael, you are correct, sir. Jeff turns into Chris Farley interviewing Paul McCartney when he starts talking about Lantern. Yes, I am a big Green Lantern guy. So
that's the first thing you need to show Jeff Johns, right?
100% show Jeff Johns. Depending on what day I can, I wouldn't even be able to get to it, but I don't even care. Like, I'll take a picture ahead of time, be like, listen, dude, like, I love this character. I love this whole mythos, and I love everything he's done with the mythos. So yeah, getting to talk to him. And the fact that Jeff Johns too has worked in Hollywood, like he's executive produced or storied or written some of the films that came out through DC. Definitely want to talk to him and his process and how he comes up with these incredible stories that he's telling. through the different mediums, and how that all works and that. So yeah, hopefully.
Is he still at DC? I don't think he is he?
Well, I'm almost positive he is.
Oh yeah, okay.
Let's find. It'd be weird if he were. Where would he go?
Well, because DC, I mean, let's be honest, they've been letting everybody go, right? Like they're down to like a skeleton crew now.
I mean, they've just launched this huge absolute power thing that's going on right now. It's not like they're not producing major comics. They're still doing everything they were already doing.
They mentioned nothing on his profile about him working for DC, and actually the image that's there is an Image Comics image. It's not even a DC image. So I mean, that may just be like a coincidence, but his original creator-owned series, Geiger, continues April 24. He's doing his own thing now.
Yes, in 2018, he stepped down from his executive role at DC Entertainment to open a production company, Mad Ghost Productions, while continuing to work with Warner Brothers on writing and producing film, television, and comic book titles based on DC and other DC properties, such as films Black Adam and Shazam: Fury of the Gods.
Okay.
In 2023, he co-founded the media company Ghost Machine alongside several other comic book writers and artists to publish independent work. So yeah,
through Image Comics
currently.
Okay, so he's not with DC, but he's still working with WB.
Yes.
Okay, well, hey,
we'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, the guy's a fucking legend,
dude. I mean,
you know,
Flashpoint, New 52.
There's so many of the Green Lantern characters
Doomsday
that Clock created.
That's what I mean. Like it's the whole emotional spectrum. That's all him. Like it's crazy, dude. It's absolutely crazy. So.
Yeah, so Sunday is going to be our DC day. We're going to be doing some DC characters, guys. If you're doing any DC on the weekend, hopefully you can do it on Sunday with us. Unfortunately, we're not doing meets this year. I think we've spilled those beans a couple weeks ago. Without a booth and without everything else in support, it's tough to be able to throw on these big meets and stuff. We're not doing that this year, but we're still hoping we can hang out with you guys and get some themed costumes going.
And if you are themed along with us, now that you know what our themes are, then theme with us. Chris, how can I get a hold of you guys on the Saturday to be able to find you? If you're going to have your masks on, you're going to have your phones onto your message. My suggestion to you would be to message the Geeks and Co Instagram account, because producer Jen has access to that account. She will not be wearing a mask. She will be essentially our handler that day.
Yeah. We'll also try to perhaps throughout the different days do some Instagram, stories or such to let people know where we're at.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, we're in the South Building. We're hanging out in this area. Oh, we're going over to this area. Oh, we're going to be going over to the North Building.
Like, especially when we're doing the live and stuff, obviously he's going to take his head off. I'm going to take my mask off. We're not going to do the live with all the bullshit on like we normally do. Sometimes we take it all off and then we do you know what I mean? So like, it's not like we're going to get there at 9 o'clock in the morning. Oh yeah. I guess we should address that too. Timing wise, we're not going to be there from 9 until 9 every day, guys. Like we would be if we had the booth. We're not doing any of that. So
we're going to get there when we get there, and then we're going to leave when we got enough.
Yeah.
This is something I was hoping to talk to you about actually before. But I'm wondering if there's going to be, how they have tattoo artists at the show? Do they have barbers at the show?
I don't think so. I don't remember ever seeing a barber, just tattoo artists. I thought we were like, are we finally getting matching tattoos? Is that where you're going with this? Because I'm so down.
I mean, I'm up for that. But no, I'm
Geeks and Co logo. Just all we need. That's each one of us.
Hey, I'll do that. Yeah, 100%. I'll do a Geeks and Co logo.
Yeah.
I'm more thinking about shaving the ape suit off after I'm done Wolverine on Thursday.
Well, you're in. Well, I mean, we're going back to Curtis. You got a guy in Curtis, Steve or whatever, right?
That's assuming they're going to be open early enough on Friday morning for me to be able to get there, right?
Well, I'm sure. Oh my God, do it, Geeks logo. Yeah. I mean, hey, I would do it. That. So yeah, I would absolutely do matching tag. We'll have to figure out where on our bodies to do it. We'll get it relatively so it's not like it doesn't take like.
Oh, you want this logo?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, what else would it be?
I was thinking this logo.
Oh, we could do that. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, that's cool too.
Just
the script. You want it
right across your collarbone.
Yeah, that won't hurt at all.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's gonna hurt like a bitch across the collarbone, but
Why
hey,
are we
no
doing
pain, no gain, buddy.
That doesn't make any sense to me why we're doing it across the collarbone. I'll do it I'm not joking. I'll do it if you want to do it.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're on, bud. You're on.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Right.
Yeah, I want to be able to get a haircut so that I'm fresh shaved, especially for Sunday.
Sorry, yeah, I would say we're going to be in downtown Toronto. Surely there's going to be a place where you can get a fresh fade. Like
you know what? Dude, actually, you're right. Well, you're
I'm
right.
Sure, stone's throw away, you can go somewhere to sit down and get a fade that day. Hopefully. So
that'd be
like before you get it. Like when we blow into town, we'll just find a place close and
that's actually
get each other's usernames right across the forehead.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I want Messiah Complex cosplay on my forehead.
No, maybe across his ass. Yeah, there is one or two next to the MCC. There you go, man. That's all.
There you go. Perfect.
You can absolutely just get a fresh fade while you're down there. That should not be a problem. I'm going to get my haircut next week. I'm off all next week, so I'm going to get my haircut there.
Well, I don't want to get my haircut because, like I said, I'm doing Logan, right? So
no, I know, but my hair's like
he's
already
as bushy as they go.
No, but my hair is already long anyway, so even with the fade, I should be able to like get it to a point where it looks Wolverine.
Sir, what are you doing for the cowl?
I'm not.
Now, I know.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not doing it at all. You just don't like that cowl, eh?
I don't love the one that I got, but even then, it's not. He still spends He spends 95% of the movie without the cowl on.
I mean, you're right.
So I'm gonna do it without the cowl. Same. I'm not putting the arms on either. I've taken the arms off. I'm not gonna wear the arms like he does towards the end of the film. So it's gonna be more comfortable to wear. It's not gonna be anywhere near as hot. So yeah, no, there's not gonna be. By the way, there's a DC cosplay meetup Sunday at 10:15 a.m. in case you're interested.
Perfect. We'll try to make it there for that. Yeah, we'll try to be there for 10. I'm assuming it's going to be in the North Building in the basement, same place.
I think it's at the cosplay cosplay red carpet.
Cosplay photo park or whatever.
No, I think it's. I didn't see any. I don't remember seeing anything on the site for the cosplay photo park.
Really?
I didn't think so. I think everything was on the red carpet, guys. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, the schedule is up and the photo meetups are there. Yeah, so I kept on looking for. There's a Star Wars meetup every day, but I kept on looking for Star Trek meetups, and I think there's only one, and I don't think it's the day we're Star Trekking. I'm almost positive it's on the site.
Oh, you're right. It is on the cosplay red carpet. The DC Universe cosplay meetup at 10:15.
I didn't see any cosplay photo park ones. I mean, I could be wrong, but
there's a Doctor Who meetup on Sunday. Marvel Universe cosplay meetup.
Well, we don't do Marvel. We don't do Marvel. I mean,
there's a Star Trek cosplay meetup on the Sunday as well. So there's got to be one almost every day.
There. I'm almost positive there isn't one on Friday.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, look, guys, they're still going to be doing a ton of meetups. I mean, they're not going to be run by us, but we're going to try to, if we have meetups that match with what we're doing, we'll try to make it there. It might be tough if we're hanging out in the South Building. You know how dodgy it can sometimes get from the South.
Oh yeah, getting across. Back. Terrible.
Yeah, John is saying Star Trek meetup Saturday and Sunday. So there you go. So there is none on Friday.
We suck. We're super good. To be fair, we had already had our lineup set ages before they released this.
Yeah.
So, but I mean,
it is what it is.
Like, I was just gonna say, who cares? Like, the meetups are fun, but at the end of the day, like, I've been to some meetups that were like dope, like huge number of people, great organization. The Geeks and Co meetups, what I'm talking about. But then I've been to some meetups at FanExpo that were like 3 people showed up. And everybody just kind of stood around looking like, what do we do now? Like, there wasn't a photographer and people just kind of had to break up their cell phones. And for 5 minutes, we took pictures of like 4 people. And then that was the whole meetup. So it really just depends on how many people are coming in that particular, because I think a lot of people are in the same boat. Maybe not a lot of people, enough people are in the same boat where like you've got your lineup already set. Like, are you really going to change your lineup around based on when meetups are going to be at FanExpo?
Well, I mean, it depends, right? If you come up to me and you say, I'm doing this on that day, and Michael's doing this on that day, and Mike is doing this on that day, and all of a sudden there's a meetup on that, well, maybe I'll change my lineup around to do that on that day. Like,
but
you know
that's
what I
not
mean?
for the meetup. That's for like all your friends doing it as well. It wouldn't just be for the meetup. You know what I mean?
For sure. I mean, for me, I mean that's kind of part of it, right? I mean, I get it. For cosplayers, it's about hanging out with other cosplayers. It's not about just hanging out with your friends. But
Right.
I mean, the cosplayers are my friends, so yeah. I mean, if everybody's going to be doing that cosplay that day and there's a meetup, let's do it, right?
Like
I
on
like being themed and being able to be with a group of themed
for sure.
cosplayers, right?
On Thursday, there's a comic book heroes cosplay meetup at 5:15, calling all heroes from DC to Marvel, Dark Horse to Boom, and everything in between. This is a superpower cosplay meetup with every superhero we can find.
On Thursday?
So Thursday at 5:15, and then Thursday at 5:45 is the Marvel Universe cosplay meetup on the same red carpet.
There you go, and we're going to be in Marvel as well.
So there you go. Well,
but we're going to be in the South Building though on Thursday at that point, right? Because we're going to be doing, guys, our podcast live from the show floor. Not just one of our live broadcasts. We're doing our actual Geek Boutique podcast live from Toronto Metro Convention Center.
Yeah, but not till 7 though, right?
Not till 7. Yeah, but
well,
I mean,
we can do this at 5. It's Thursday. We'll get back and
forth.
Yeah,
you think so?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think we'd have an hour from 6 to 7 to go over to the South Building? Yeah, no, brother, not a problem. Easy.
I mean, I would hope
Trust me. Absolutely.
You know how it can get in that building.
Not on a Thursday, sir. On a Thursday night at 6 o'clock, brother, won't be a problem. Trust me. Hey,
famous last words. See, Andre says I flip Rorschach and Riddler around because there's a Batman meetup on Friday. There you go.
I did see that. I did see a Batman meetup.
Right. So
Thursday is the slow day of the whole show. No, absolutely. Yeah, of course.
I mean, we ask people to flip their cosplays around all the time to make our meetups. I mean, yeah, that's what meetups are about, right?
Yeah, Michael Icon. Who cares? We will rock Trek as always. You're goddamn right. We
just walk outside and go around. It's faster. I mean,
always faster. Always. I almost never go through the Skyway or whatever bullshit anymore because it's the only time I do that is when they tell you like on the Saturday, like, well, if you leave, you might not get back in. Like,
well, that's the one problem. The other problem is you have to go all the way the fuck around.
Yeah.
Right. It's way further. It's quicker, but it's way further.
Wow. Are you going to die?
Well, when you're in a foam cosplay and it's 30 degrees outside, you know,
hold on.
You know, we'll see how you feel when you're in that Cronin outfit and 30 degree weather on Saturday. And
I just can't seem to find my violin.
Fuck
play a sad little fucking dirge. I don't want to have to walk. You'd rather go through the sweaty humanity and up and down. Dude, you want to talk about, hold on, the hottest place is that fucking...
Yeah, the tunnel.
Yeah, dude.
The tunnel is a little intense.
That glass, it's like a big magnifying glass for the heat. That's terrible. Yeah. Definitely walk outside and go around. Yes, that's what we're going to do. And then when you're outside, people are going to be like, oh my God, it's a predator.
Oh my God.
And some weird dude in a
It's predators from Fortnite. We got it again last weekend. We had a kid like, hey, Fortnite.
Yeah.
Like, oh, don't you're lucky my fucking blades are foam, you little fucking
hey
rat.
Brother, I every time I've worn Omni-Man, I'm like, how in the fuck do so many kids know what I'm doing? Like, was this show that popular?
No, because he's in Fortnite.
Mortal Kombat.
Or in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. All these kids come out and be like, oh, Mortal Kombat. I'm like, really? Like, this is like, I couldn't believe how popular that cosplay was when I did it for Toronto. It was crazy.
Christina's saying there's some Star Trek display set in the Paramount booth. It's probably the captain's chair that they had last year.
I'm almost positive it's the same one.
So we need to go do a group shot. We certainly must.
Agreed. Hey, who would sit in the captain's chair though?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll beat the hell out of you while you're sitting in the captain's chair. You know,
you're like a player.
Maybe I should Section 31 it. Maybe I should Section 31 it on
about?
Friday.
Like, you're going to get shot like immediately on the away mission. You're just
that's
a red
what I'm going to do. Actually, I'm going to be the dead guy on the floor.
You're like Ensign. Who was that? Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like, you're so dead.
I don't even have bars on my.
No, because you're nobody.
No, I'm just a lowly red shirt.
You're the you're the stormtrooper equivalent, is what you are. You're just going to die. Guys, it's going to be a good time. We're going to make the best of it. To set your minds at ease, we're fairly confident this isn't going to harsh the buzz for March. We're still going to apply for March. If they're willing to do what they've done for us the past couple of Marches, we'll be back into a booth, back on the main floor with all of the other booths, all the other community booths, just like we want to be, just like we need to be to help you guys out and give you guys the best experience at the show that we possibly can. And then for FanExpo next year, we will see what happens. We'll still go through all the motions again. It's not like we don't want to be there with a booth and to be that hub of cosplay community, but we can't do that in the basement, down the hall, and in a room. So fingers crossed. Initially, we were like, well, if we turn this down, they'll probably never have us again. And it looks like that's not necessarily the case.
Well, I mean, I did have a chat with the current rep.
Yeah.
I mean, I know. What do you want me to tell you? I mean, he's the one that's there now.
Are you sure? Are you sure he's still the current rep?
Well, I mean, no, I'm not. I mean, he was the current rep when I talked to him. And we had a great chat, and he completely understood. And I'm really hoping that maybe things will be different next year. But we'll see.
We will still put in our application, and we will still keep you guys informed and abreast of what we're doing as far as that goes. But for this one, we'll be there all 4 days. We're going to come and go as we please. Oh, by the way, there's probably going to be quite a few trips over to Steam Whistle during the course of the 4 days. My man here is not really a beer drinker, but he's going to be this weekend. So, so be prepared for that. If you can't find us at the show,
I'm already feeling bloated.
We're probably a Steam Whistle. So at least I'm going to be a Steam. This one might be like you go. I'm going to have some back, but I'm going to be drinking a lot of beer that weekend. So
did I have any booze there?
That's where no, it's a brewery, brother.
So breweries typically will still have.
I'm looking up. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. I don't know.
We'll see when we get there. We'll see when we get there.
That's where I'm going to be.
Yeah.
Do you have any parting thoughts you want to leave out on this week?
No, I think like I started off, this feels a little bit weird for me just because it's so different this year and there's not that whole prep. So I'm not ripping my hair out at this point. And, like I said, I'm just realizing now my cosplays aren't even ready, so I gotta go through my cosplays, make sure they're all good to go. But again, there hasn't been a rush because there's, we're just doing our thing.
Yeah.
But we will be filming as much content as we can. So guys, make sure to come and say hi if you see us. We're going to ask you some questions. We're going to film some bits. We're going to hopefully make some videos and content that you guys are going to be able to use as well. Obviously, if anything we get or you guys can use always.
Hell yeah.
Jeff?
I don't think so. I'm still looking forward to it, guys. I think it's still going to be a great time. It's just going to be different. And does it feel weird? Yeah, it does. I'm not going to lie. It feels weird for us too, but we're still going to make the best of it. I hope to see every single one of you. And like I said, if I see you, I'm going to be stopping you and I'm going to be asking you some questions. So yeah, it's still going to be, guys, it's still like the biggest celebration of geek and nerddom in the area all year long. We're going to have a great fucking time. And hopefully we get to see as many of you as we can to keep that good time going. So that's all I got, man. We'll see you guys next week. In fact, the next time you see us will be Thursday at 7. There you go. Steam Whistle does do other drinks, wine and cider. There you go, buddy.
There you go.
Done.
Awesome. Guys, thanks for watching like always. Make sure you stay geeky. We'll see you live from FanExpo next week.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Geek Boutique Podcast. Like always, if you prefer to listen to us, you can find us on all major podcast platforms. Now, make sure you don't forget to click that like and subscribe button, as well as the notification bell to make sure you never miss an episode.